Well, hello everybody. It's Mike here. I just want to welcome you back to Mr. Cast Iron. And tonight we got a good show for you on a Sunday Night Live. Got a good friend of mine I've been wanting to interview for a good while, Dave with Dave DaBomb Smokes. And so we're going to get Dave pulled in here and see if we can get to know Dave just a little bit better. Hey, Dave, wake up, man.
Oh, hey, hey, Mike.
How are you doing, buddy?
I had to do that.
Yeah, you dozed off on me already. Well, I had to go get a
Uh,
cup of coffee. So if you need a cup, I'll pass you a cup here.
nah, I'm just kidding around, Mike. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me on your talk show.
Absolutely, man. We're excited to have you here. I'm sure there'll be a bunch of people here in just a little bit, and
Yeah.
everybody will be leaving comments. Looks like Big Rob with barbecue pit dogs in the house with us, cooking with
Ah,
Stephen and Jacqueline's already here. So
all right.
we're gonna,
Stephen and Rob. All right.
yeah, yeah, Big
I
Rob.
can't see who's. Oh, okay. It pops up on the screen.
Well, do you up in the right hand corner? Do you see the comment button? You can click on that, and you'll see all the comments should pull up for you.
Let's see. I don't see it.
There's Mike with Dudes in the Kitchen. So
Hey,
uh,
Mike. I see you. Yeah.
we're getting a few. Can you see those comments now?
Yep. I sure do.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. Well, good deal. Well, man, we're certainly excited to have you with us today. I've been looking forward for this, and um, we're going to have a good time. We're just going to kind of pick your brain a little bit and kind of get to know you a little bit better, and hopefully you'll get to know some of the folks in the house with us. And it's always good. I mean, in my experience with this, you gain a lot of good friends, from people that, that are in my audience that may not know you. And then I gain some from your audience
Yeah.
that may not know me too. And so it's
Yeah.
really a great thing. I love this community, man. YouTube is so awesome. And everybody's so great, and we just get to watch everybody cook and learn little things here and there. And I've certainly learned several things from you.
Oh.
I've watched some of your Plum Bob productions.
I got to tell you the story behind the plumb bob there.
Well, go ahead. Let's hear Plum Bob production story.
A long time ago, my wife and I were fixing up the den, and I was running some electrical out stuff, adding a receptacle, and so I used a plumb bob and a string, to make sure that when plumb bob comes down, it'll be right where I want it to be. And I guess I got so good at that, my wife started calling me Plumb Bob.
Yeah.
So the name kind of stuck. So that's why I call it Plumb Bob Productions in her honor.
It's funny that you say that. My dad built houses for all of his life, and of course, I hated it as a kid, and I always wanted to be a truck driver when I was little, and I achieved that. I did that all my life, and adult life anyway. And so, when CBs were around, that was Daddy's CB handle was Plumb Bob.
Oh, well, I'll be.
So when I seen your Plumb Bob production, that kind of got me a little tickle
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Well, I see, Patty Joe Cook and said Dave. So, hello, Pat. Enjoyed you watching you the other evening. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
Patrick's a lot of fun. Tennessee Buck Outdoors in the house. Good to have you with us, brother. No doubt. So they're starting to pile in here. I'm just going to kind of dive off into a little bit here, and man, just make yourself comfortable, and just you can throw it back on us. And of course, everybody in the chat room, they know if they have some questions or whatever, we'll try to catch those and get up on the screen too, where we can answer those too. But I noticed one thing that you've been doing lately is shorts.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, I got it from I saw other people doing it. But I'll tell you what happened. I actually did one accidentally. My wife and I were sitting out on the front porch. It was a real nice day about a month ago or so, and we didn't have much to do, and we had the dogs out there. And the one little dog was just so upset because the big dog had his frisbee, and I just happened to videotape it. It was just a few, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 seconds, and I posted that, and I got 85,000 views off of that. And
Yeah,
I,
I know.
I didn't I didn't know anything about shorts when I did that. And I was talking to a friend, and she told me that a lot of people are competing with TikTok because TikTok has 60 minutes or less videos, and so anyway, I was just shocked. I mean, that I got that many views on one video. But yeah, after that, I found out, well, I like to try to keep them short as I can. Um, I remember my first video was like 20 something minutes long, and it really, if I'd known then what I know now, I would have been able to cut it down to about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can share that with everybody here. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Uh,
Yeah, one of my good friends. Oh, I see. You can even get on the. Okay.
let me move that out of the way. There's that video, 85,000 views
Yeah.
4 weeks ago. That's
I mean,
amazing, man.
I about fell over when I saw that,
Yeah,
and my subscriber count jumped like two or 300.
did it
In
really?
fact, yes. And my
Wow.
watch time jumped. Now I normally don't keep track of excuse me, of watch time. In fact, another friend of mine, Red over at Red December, she kind of got me interested in looking at the watch time. And man, my watch time, you could see the graph; it just shot way up there. So I don't know.
Well, I wondered about that with it being just 59 seconds or less. How that
Hmm.
I did one and just kind of dabbled with it early on when YouTube was allowing it, and I got several views on it, but I just never pursued that. And I just was looking through your channel
Hmm.
and noticed you've done several lately, and you've had several views. And that was one question that I was going to ask was, was it had it been beneficial for you for subscribers?
I think it has. I don't have any real way of knowing for sure. I do know that it helps my watch time. I mean, I'm not monetized yet, and it doesn't really matter if I ever do. If I do, fine. If I don't, that's okay. But a lot of you have to have like 4,000 hours of watch time, and I'm under half. I'm about almost halfway there. So, but anyway, I was going to say another good friend of mine, Richard, over at Richard in the Kitchen. He was the one that was instrumental on helping me to see the importance of having a short video. I mean, he is to me he is the master at having the videos out and telling so much in a short period of time. A lot of his videos are just like a little over a minute.
Hmm.
And of course, I guess he learned that too because I looked at some of his earlier videos, and he was on a lot of them. He's changed his format a lot, but anyway, yeah, y'all get a chance, check out Richard in the Kitchen.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
a good
subscribed to him. Yeah,
yeah, he's a good friend of mine too.
yeah. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, everybody, there's Hobo Nickel Barbecue. While I'm thinking about it, everybody, I just want to welcome you here with us. And we got Dave DaBomb Smokes here. And if you've not yet subscribed to Dave's channel, I put that up in the very beginning of the comments. You can click on his channel, go over and check him out. And if you're not subscribed, be sure and subscribe to him. Watch some of his videos. Give him a thumbs up, leave him a comment, leave him a little love, let him know where you came from or whatever. And certainly, also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, we certainly want to ask that you do so also. But good to have everybody here, man. And uh,
I see
one,
my. I'm sorry, Mike. I
no,
didn't mean to cut you off.
go,
G
go.
Ronkin, that's my sister. Hello, Gail.
G
Uh,
Ronkin. Okay,
yeah,
she said
I
hi,
see. Hi,
Mikey.
hi, Mikey. She said she was going to show up. Love you, Gail.
Hi, Gail. Good to have you with us. So, hey,
Now
I
here's a guy, Eric. He calls me Uncle all the time. I don't know why. I think he watched one of my videos that said Uncle, my tribute to Uncle Milty or something like that. But he's got a pretty good channel too for him
yeah, he
being a little
does.
kid like that. I mean, he likes
Yeah,
to cook. He's going to be a chef when he
yes, he is. He's
when
a
he gets
chef.
older.
He's 6 years old. He lives down in Trinidad, and he makes a lot of good little videos and everything. He calls
Yeah.
me uncle. he calls everybody Uncle
Hey,
Annie, and
that's okay. I don't mind being
yeah,
an uncle.
I love him, man. I'm glad he's here with us. Good to have you, Eric.
Yeah, I think I subscribe to him too.
Yeah. So, well, listen, I just want to ask a few questions if you don't mind. What got you started doing YouTube videos?
Well, I'll tell you, I've always liked to cook, and when I wanted to find out something, I would always go to YouTube, and people would have videos showing you how to do stuff.
Right.
And I always thought, how nice it is that they took their time to share, tips and techniques with me. But I really didn't think about having a YouTube channel until after I retired. I retired about 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. I've done lost track of time, but I made a little thing for Facebook, and everybody said they liked it, that I should have a cooking show or something. So somebody told me about YouTube, and I looked into. I didn't know anything about making a channel or anything like that, so I had to learn that, and then the rest is history. I just started off with one of them. I say the first one I did, I think I did some chicken on the Weber Smoky Mountain, I believe. Yeah,
Hmm.
and that was how I did. It's just a hobby for me, really. I just love to cook. I love to learn, and now I've got a bond with a lot of you YouTubers on there that love doing it just like I do.
Right. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome community.
Yeah, and you can really, most of the things that I have, like if I have a video on something, I've picked up a lot of stuff from other people, and I usually just say, well, I'm not a professional cook or chef or anything. I'm just a guy that likes to drink a little bit and cook and make videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I tend to be on the silly side once in a while too, but that's the fun of it.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a great sense of humor. And I think gosh, I forget one of the first videos I watched of yours, you had some kind of hat on or something, and you was getting tickled or whatever. And I tried to find that earlier. I couldn't find that video. I don't know.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about the ribeye and the cast iron. Yeah, that was a ribeye steak in the cast iron. That was the most fun video that I made because I got to laughing so hard, I cracking up. I could not. I actually was really cracked up over that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't quit. I got tickled, and I thought, well, hell, I'll just leave it in there.
I did too, man. I got tickled, and I showed my wife. We backed it up 3 or 4 times, and I just get
Oh,
so tickled at that. But
well,
I'll have to go back and try to find that.
some people don't like that kind of sense of humor, and I guess if you do it too much, it gets obnoxious after a while. So I try to keep it what do you call it, moderate. Keep it within reason.
I think it's your personality, man. That's what makes it different. If they don't like it, uh,
Yeah, I'm a kid in a 64-year-old body. Yeah,
yeah. So you talked a minute ago about retiring. Where did you work?
I worked for a company called Leviton, and they made all kind of electrical outlets and just all kind of. They make things. They're all over the world, but we had a branch here close to where I lived, and I worked in the tool room. I was a tool maker, and I worked for them for 27, almost 28 years.
Wow.
So then I kind of got into the IT work, and I helped them out a little bit with some IT stuff, but I never got. I mean, I didn't have that position. I ended up when I retired, I was doing CNC work,
Hmm.
computer numerical control work,
Right.
which I enjoyed that.
Now, are you from North Carolina?
Well, not originally. I was born in Boston, and then I lived in a little town called Brockton, which is about maybe I don't know 30 miles from Boston, and I lived up there till I was about I don't know 13, I guess, and then my mother dad divorced, and then we moved down here. On my mother's side of the family was down here in North Carolina. So
Yeah.
my mother took my sister and I. We moved down here, and that's how I got down here. And
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I am just so glad. I mean, I like to go up and visit, but I wouldn't want to move back up there.
Yeah. It's a little milder there in Tar Heel, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
winter wise.
it's not bad at all. We're right at the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. We're probably 18 miles from Blowing Rock and Boone. I don't know if you've ever heard of those places, but
Yes.
they're right up near the mountains. So we have the best. We can go up there. We can go up to Blowing Rock in like 30 minutes, and there's a 10-degree difference in the summertime. So it's really nice.
Yeah, I've been to Boone several times actually,
Hmm.
delivering. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you drove a truck, didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you still work?
Well, I do, but I don't. I don't run coast to coast like I used to. I just work
Okay,
locally here.
local stuff. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
home every night, sleep in my own bed. You know,
Yes,
that's big
that's
plus.
important.
Grumpy old gringo's in the house. Good to have you, sir, in the kitchen with Karen. Good to see you. I've got
Yeah.
Karen going to be on with me. You ever
Oh
watched her
yeah.
channel? Yeah,
Yes, I have. Yeah, I
yeah,
just subscribed to her channel not too long ago.
yeah,
Um, and there's Mike with Smoking Mary's Rack Barbecue. Hey, Mike.
yeah.
And
Cast
hey,
iron chaos.
yeah,
So
uh,
good to
yeah,
have everybody. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And in the kitchen with Karen. Yeah, she's got some good recipes.
yeah. She made one just recently that it was kind of like an open face roast beef. I thought it was really good. When I first seen it and seen the gravy that she had in there, that
Mm,
Lord have mercy, that right there, that's a winner right there.
gravy's everything.
Oh
Just
man,
about.
I love it.
Now,
So
Oh, go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, I just happened to notice Cast Iron Chaos. I've never heard him. We'll have to check him out.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, he's got a great channel too. He's super knowledgeable, man. I mean, he
well,
is.
it looks like he says he's from Brockton too. I believe is being from. Oh, the best thing about Brockton, Mass, is being from there. I
Yeah,
don't know. No. Okay.
yeah, that's great. So you said you started your channel about 3 years ago. Is that right?
Yeah, it's going on 3 years. I remember it was about the summer. It was around June of 2018, I think. Yeah, so I'm going on 3 years right now.
Yeah.
I'm
What
on
kind
my
of
way.
equipment do you use to record with?
Well, when I first started out, I just had a little Everio camera, and it worked okay. But I was my friend Scott over at oh my goodness, I forgot the name of his channel. Um, he taught me into buying I got a Canon. Uh, he suggests this Rebel SL2, and I really like it, and that's what I've been using ever since.
Hmm. Wow. What kind of equipment or what kind of editing equipment do you use? Do you have any editing software that?
I'm using Cyberlink Power Director from Cyberlink, and I think that was a good investment. I mean, because I use it all the time, and it does everything I want it to do. I think I paid like $189 for it, but I'd say I've got less than $1,000 in all my equipment, which is
Right.
really not that much. It's really moderate when you think about, there's people that spend a whole lot more
Exactly.
on microphones and lighting and things like that. So for what I paid, I think I've got a good setup.
Yeah. Yeah. Your videos all are clear and sound good, look good.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it. Yeah,
pretty good.
I'm always experimenting with the lighting. I got two clip-on shop lights and I put LED bulbs in them. And I'm just I see all kind of stuff out there, but these seem to be working good for me. And like I say, I'm learning about the lighting because if you got the lighting right on you, you're gonna get a lot of white out. You're gonna get white out. So you pretty much have to
Yeah.
reflect it off the ceiling or something like that in order to get.
Yeah.
So
Patty
anyway.
Joe says, "How did you come up with your channel name?" I've been wondering that myself.
Oh, okay. Well, when I was on Facebook, I had a cousin, or he was some relation, and he had a name. And it's funny, I can't even remember it now, but it was like some kind of name. It was a catch-all name, and I thought that is so cool. And I thought I need to think of a name, so I changed my name on Facebook, and I thought about it for a long time, and I just started naming myself Dave DaBomb, Dave DaBomb Ronkin, and it kind of stuck, you know. So of course I've done change my I've already changed my name back to my regular name on Facebook. But when I opened my channel, I thought, well, I like to smoke, you know, smoke on the smoker. So DaBomb smokes. That's
Yeah,
how I came up with it, because it when I my first intention was just to do a lot of smoking, and I still do, but I've kind of branched out into other things. I'm into baking right now, and
yeah,
oh, and the cast iron, man. I tell you what, since I found your channel, I've added a lot to my cast iron stuff. Uh, but yeah, I mean, so I kind of like doing a variety of stuff, but I'm still smoking too.
yeah. What's one of your favorite pieces of equipment to use?
As far as
Like
uh,
your Weber
oh
kettle or
oh, I like my Weber Smoky Mountain. Yeah, I started out. I bought the smallest one they had, and I knew I liked it. I was gonna like that, so I went and got the biggest one they had, the 22 and a half, and I love it. I mean, I thought about getting a pellet smoker, and I might, because they look pretty good too. But I just haven't yet. But that Weber Smoky Mountain, I just love smoking on it. I just love getting it fired up, and, you know, just the whole experience of getting it, of just getting into it and doing it. You know,
yeah,
that's half of it. You know.
yeah, it sure is. Do you how do you come up with the recipes? Do you just
Well, like I say, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from when I was first starting out, and bless his heart, you know, Phil in Florence,
right?
and of course, you know, he passed away last year, and he was from the very beginning. He was there with me, and he was one of the he was probably my inspiration right there, my mentor, because he gave me a lot of tips and things to try, and he was so forthcoming with all that, and he was just a very humble guy, very down to earth guy, and he kind of helped me out a lot with learning how to do stuff. I watched a lot of his videos. That's how I learned, you know, how to come up with a lot of those. And some things I experimented with myself. And T. Roy Cooks, Troy, he
Right.
was there too. I remember him when he was when I first started, and he was really watching some of his videos. And like I say, I was watching their videos before I even had a channel.
Well,
So
that was one of my questions. I was going to ask you what foodie channel was one of your inspirations to.
yeah, well, Phil in
To
Florence, and yeah, because he was, I'd say he was the first one that I actually had contact with, that actually, you know, that actually responded to me, and told me what to do, and or how to go about things, and yeah, and then of course Troy, but you know, Troy didn't know me, but I guess he knows me now. But I mean, before I even had the YouTube channel, I would watch his videos, and you know, as many. One thing about Troy, as big as he is, he still find the time to respond to a comment, to your comment. It might take him a while, but he'll, you know, because he's got so many,
right.
but he will. I was always impressed by that, and Phil the same way, was the same way. So.
Yeah, that means a lot. You know, especially when you're a small channel.
Hmm.
I think Rob's in the house here with us. Barbecue Pit Dog.
Yeah.
Patty Joe. Patty Joe's another one. There was two or three guys that when I created this channel. I've had other channels, but when I created um, keto styles, originally what I started out with,
Yeah,
uh,
I
and
remember that.
I ended up going in a different direction because cast iron was always, you know, my passion, and I'd always cooked with it ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know near as much about it as cast iron chaos in the house with us. I'm glad to have him here with us, no doubt. I've learned a lot from him too.
Yeah. I'm gonna have
But
to
you
check
know,
him out.
yeah, oh, yeah. If you guys have not been subscribed to his channel, you need to go check it out. But you know, it's when people respond to you like that, it means a lot. And Big Rob always commented on all my or all my uh, videos, and so did Patty Joe and
Yeah, I
different ones.
noticed they did mine too. Same way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuck with me. No matter how big they get, you know, Big Lou was the same way. Big Lou's, I think he's over 10,000 now. I don't even know exactly,
Hmm.
but anyway, Big Lou, are you subscribed to Big Lou
I,
Barbecue?
I don't know. I think I am. I mean, he sounds familiar. I'll have to
Yeah,
go back and check. I'll tell you now that when I first started, I was doing this sub for sub thing, and I don't do that so much anymore. It
yeah,
depends on how they comment on my video. If it sounds like they really watched my video and they really, were interested in it, then I'll, if they don't even mention subbing or whatever, I usually check their channel out anyway. And if they do have something, I'll give it a whirl and watch it. And I usually subscribe to them.
yeah. That's a bad deal in a lot of ways. Can be.
Well, when you're
So
first starting out, you want to get, I don't know, for some reason you get stuck at like 25 subscribers. It seems like, you've exhausted all your friends and family. So,
yeah,
the next thing is you've got to figure out a way to, and well, I mean, subscribers has never been my main motivation anyway. My main motivation was just for the fun of it.
right,
And well,
exactly.
it still is, but you can't help but notice your subscribers. You still want to get more subscribers because you want to know that people like your stuff, you know. Um, but as far as being monetized and stuff, I've just, I don't think I'll ever. Well, I say I don't think. I better not say that because I said I'd never get to 1,000 subscribers, and here I am.
Right.
So, you know.
And I just reached a milestone. I had a goal of this year, by the end of this year, to get to 500, and I'm like, I don't know, 517, 518, something like that right now.
Oh, I thought you. Okay. Well, I remember when I got 500, I was just, man, I was ecstatic.
Yeah,
And then when I got to 700, that's when I did that little video. And dadgum, man, I'm thinking, wow, I went from 700 to 1,000 plus in just like 4 days. I mean, that wasn't even my intention. I mean, I didn't even know that that was going to happen.
right.
So yeah, I mean that's awesome. But in a way, I'm kind of a little bit hesitant to have too many subscribers because how in the world do you keep track and answer everybody's comments?
Yeah,
How do you keep track of everybody? It's
yeah.
almost virtually impossible to do that, wouldn't you think?
It is, and it's hard to keep up with everybody's videos and leave a
Yeah, yeah,
comment with them too.
right.
Because you're
Because
having to
not
watch so many videos and then try to leave a comment too,
yeah.
and it's just,
Because I like to
just
keep up with my fellow subscribers' videos too.
I
It's
do
not
too.
all about me.
Yeah,
Yeah, but one of the things that I've saw is that you may have 20,000 subscribers, but there's only so many that are going to comment. A lot of people
right,
watch videos and they don't comment. They
right.
might like it or whatever, but they don't comment. So that
Yeah.
it is one thing I've noticed.
Well, I mean, not just comment, but even watch it. I mean, they figure it's roughly what is it, 10% maybe of your viewer count may watch your videos. Like if I got 500 and something right now, if I get 50 views, that's 10%. So
Yeah,
that's been running roughly true, I guess, in a
yeah,
sense. I don't know. But, comment's a big thing because it gains, points, I guess, with YouTube algorithm or whatever. Um,
I'm
you
just
know,
wondering. I'm just wondering though, and I don't know if you can answer this or not. How in the world that little video got that many views when other videos I've posted some short ones since then have not got that. Now I have got a couple more. One of them got 17,000. Another one got like 42,000 views. We're just wondering what it is about the criteria about those videos. What is it about the video that like say got me 85,000 on that one, but only got me 42,000 on another one or 17,000. What? How does that? Do you know how that happens?
well, I think it's the actual content. I've been told that some of the things that get the best viewer attention, I guess, in a sense, is babies, animals,
Yeah, yeah,
and humor.
yeah. I guess so. A lot of people like watching animal videos, and another thing I've noticed too about video watching. I've heard that it's good to keep your videos down to at least 10 minutes because 10 minutes or more people tend to fast forward through it. They don't want to see it. But there are some people that just have that persona or that way of talking. You're kind of like that, Mike. Like people will enjoy just watching, you all the way through. It could be a 20-minute video, but they like watching the person. They like the way they talk. And there's another guy out there. He's called Feature Man, and he's an older gentleman. I think he used to be an actor or something. But I can watch his videos. I don't care how long they are because I like the way he presents himself and the way he does things. And so I can just watch him without even worrying about how long it is.
Somebody else was talking about him last night. We had Patty Joe in here. Somebody brought that up.
Feature Man.
Uh-huh.
He does very simple things, very simple, just simple videos. I mean, it's just a man. It looks like he's elderly. He lives by himself, and he just, I don't know. It's just something about his videos, man. He's just a down to earth guy.
Hmm. Patty Joe says, Dave, someone probably posted that video somewhere on social media or on a website somewhere is the reason why it kind of helped blow it up. But,
Well, that's
you know,
probably, yeah, because I think I clicked public on it. The privacy on the Facebook. I clicked public on it. Normally, I don't do that. I normally just do it my friends. So yeah.
Cast Iron Chaos says, I've made all these videos about cast iron, and the one video that surged in popularity was a 2-minute video on using a can opener.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
who'd have figured? I mean, but really, that's what my last video that I just did was it was less than a minute on how to cut butternut squash.
yeah,
I just figured, I've never done that, and I've had a lot of people ask me, how do you cut that? How do you cut
yeah,
butternut squash?
yeah,
So I thought
yeah.
I'll do a little video on that.
One of my most popular videos is a little video that uh, a way of testing eggs, whether they're good or not, if they float to the top or
Yeah, I
sink to the.
remember that.
And that's
Hmm.
probably one of the most viewed videos that I have so far to date.
Yeah, is it pretty consistent?
Hmm. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's one of my videos that's so consistent. When I was changing direction from the keto style to the cast iron, you may have heard my story about that, but I'd had some health issues and I was trying to change my diet a little bit.
Hmm.
And so I kind of got into making some videos, some cooking videos, and I thought, well, I'm trying this keto out. Let me try it this, try call it this. So we come up with a name that no one had, and we thought we'd try that, and we did for a little while. And I just wasn't. I mean, I just didn't settle. It just didn't settle real easy with me. And I thought, there's got to be something else. I've got to do something else. And a friend of mine down in Florida called, and we kind of stay in touch over the phone and through the internet a lot. And anyway, he called one day and I didn't answer the telephone, and he left a message. He said he called me Skillet Head. He said, "Hey, Skillet Head, Mister Cast Iron's," what he said. And
There
I
you
thought, hey,
go. That's it.
that just, I mean, it just jogged. And so I immediately went to YouTube and I filtered through the channels and looked up Mr. Cast Iron, and no one had that name. And I thought,
Yeah.
I'm going to take that now. So I changed my name from Keto Style to Mr. Cast Iron, and I immediately went to my domain, the hosting company that I've got my website with, and I looked to see if there was a MrCastIron.com. And lo and behold, it was open. So I bought it.
Yeah.
And here we
Yeah.
go, so we're moving in that direction. But
Yeah.
it's just funny how things like that, little things like that, set your direction.
Yeah. And
Um,
watching your channel has really gotten me to use. That's all I use is cast iron. I used to kind of go back and forth between cast iron and non-stick stuff. I got rid of all my non-stick stuff. Now I'm not bashing non-stick stuff. I'm just saying that um, if you want to really eliminate all the oil in your diet and you're really strict on it, the non-stick stuff's great. But because cast iron, you do have to add a little bit of until you get it seasoned really, really, really good. I mean, stuff's always going to kind of stick on it, but you have to add a little bit, but not as. The more seasoned it gets, the less you have to add. I remember my grandmother; that's all she cooked in with cast iron,
yeah,
and well, whether things stuck or not, I don't know because I never, I was just a little kid, so I don't remember asking her or anything like that.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
love I love my cast iron. I
Yeah, I do
do.
too. That's all Mom cooked in. That's where I learned really how to cook
Yep.
certain things, and I wished I'd have learned more.
Hmm.
Than
Well,
I did.
that one video you had about when you cast iron gets sticky,
Hmm.
how to fit. I watched that. that taught me a lot right there, because I had in fact, I just ordered two new bread pans, cast iron bread pans, because I'm kind of into baking,
Right.
and I'm making, but I wanted to do it in cast iron, and they are sticky. I know they've been
Mm.
seasoned already, but I'm
Right.
going to put them in the oven and do what you suggested.
Yeah. And you may have to do it two or three times, before
Yeah,
you get it the way you want. But yeah, it works real well. But
yeah.
all right. Well, listen, let me ask you another quick question about your channel, and then we're going to get off into some technical things and maybe even some personal things.
Ooh,
But
technical. Wow.
yeah,
Hey, I'm high tech.
we're high tech redneck channel here, So
Yep. Oh
you
lordy.
got any short term or long term goals for your channel?
No, I really don't. I my most of my time is spent taking care of my sweet wife,
Yeah.
and I just kind of do this as a hobby. And I mean, I don't. Man, I'll tell you what. I actually thought about giving up my channel at one point because I had to spend so much time. But I just can't do it. I can't do it. I have an obligation to my subscribers and my fellow YouTube guys. I mean, it's like my YouTube friends. I mean, it's like this great community. So I don't know if I don't think I have any long term plans. I guess if I have any long term plans, it's to stay with it, is to be
Yeah.
consistent.
You just
Uh, I I I am just well, I'm very fortunate to have a caregiver that is so sweet and comes in 5 days a week and take to help me with my wife, so I can get off and do things, because I got to take care of myself. Because if I don't take care of myself, I'm no good to my wife.
right.
But yeah, just to be consistent and to provide content that everybody likes, and just to kind of stay, just to have a variety. I kind of like, I like to surprise people. I don't like to let them know. I like to be unpredictable. I like to throw something in there that they don't expect. But if I make money at it, that's fine. But if I don't, that's okay too. I'm like I say, I'm having fun with it.
Having a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Several of us know, I'm sure, but if you don't mind me asking, how is your wife doing?
Well, yeah. Thanks for asking. Actually, physically, she's in better shape than I am. Her blood pressure's great. She takes no heart medicine, no, her cholesterol's great. All hers is up here. But she's doing okay. I mean, she can still do a lot of stuff. She can dress herself. She can feed herself. Things like that. But she's really not anything like she used to be. In fact, she used to be a local actress here in the community with the community theater, with the local
Wow.
theater.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
she's done a lot of acting and things like that. So a lot of times I'll try. I've got some old videos that I try to play for her to kind of jog her memory a little bit.
Yeah.
But she was a dental hygienist by profession, though. She cleaned teeth, so and very good at it too. But yeah, uh, she's doing okay. She's doing fine.
Well, great.
The
My
main
heart
thing.
certainly goes out to you
Uh,
because my dad had dementia.
did he? I'm
Um,
sorry. Yeah. And well, is he still alive or did he pass
no,
away?
he passed away in 2004, but
Yeah.
he had a lot of other health issues. He was POW of the Second World War,
Oh wow.
and so he had some, wounds from being captured and everything. But
Yeah. Wow.
later on in life, it ended up having dementia.
Hmm. Yeah. It's a terrible disease. It's the long goodbye. That's what they
Yeah.
call it. I never anticipated that happening, but my wife 10 years or 11, 12 years ago had the foresight to get some long-term care insurance, and I thought, we'll never need that. Huh, I'll tell you what, we're using it now for
Yeah.
her, and if it
Yeah.
hadn't been for that, I couldn't afford to have a caregiver come in. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
so expensive.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm able to do that. I'm not rich
Mhm.
or anything like by any means,
Right.
but but then I don't really. I'm not bitter about it or anything. I was more sad than anything when we received the diagnosis. But we just take it day by day, and I try to enjoy every little time that she still, is able to remember me and remember things. So I'm
Hmm.
not going to take anything for granted. So
Yeah.
if there's is a period of time I goes by and I don't make a video, that's usually what's happened. I usually need a break, and so that's kind of like. I think I posted my purge video. I was in the middle of purging, getting rid of a lot of stuff. So I think I went like a month or so without posting a video.
Yeah, I
So
wondered what happened to you there for a little bit.
I'm still around. I just, I get that way sometimes. I guess everybody gets that way sometimes. They need a
Yeah.
break.
Yeah. Well, I noticed too. Um,
Oh, Karen was a dental hygienist for 25 years. All right.
I noticed you
Cool.
end a lot of your videos with this quote here. Don't take this day for granted, folks, because when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
Can you tell
Yeah.
us a little about that?
Well, I never really thought about how am I going to end my videos, or do I really need to say anything? But I don't know. As the sun sets every evening, I always thank God. And when I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is thank God. I'm awake for another day. And
Yeah.
what am I going to do with this day? We only got so many years. We don't know how long we're going to be alive or whatever. We know that we're going to die for sure. You
Yeah.
know,
That's
as long
true.
as things keep going on, we're going to get old and we'll pass away. But we deal with it because we don't think about it. It's not right here. So I figure, if we can if we can enjoy each day and not take it for granted. I remember when I was younger, I'd get so bent out of shape over just the littlest things. It doesn't ain't gonna mean nothing. Somebody said to me one time, "It ain't gonna matter 50 years from now," and that's
Yeah.
true. 100
Yeah.
years from now, I ain't gonna most of the stuff we worry about ain't even gonna matter. So I just thought, that's a pretty good way to end my video. Don't take this day for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My dad used to say that a lot. And when I was a kid, I used to think, oh, whatever, But he'd say, man, it ain't gonna matter 100 years from now anyway, so
that's
don't worry
exactly
about it.
right.
You know.
And
And
I
it
don't
takes a
know.
lot of maturity and wisdom over time to get to that point.
Yeah, and this
So
this
much.
year has been a tough time with the pandemic and all of the protests and things and the disruption going on. I don't know. I think it's brought out the best in all of us, and hopefully next year is going to be a better year. But it just goes to show how resilient we can be. Um, a lot of people have passed away, lost loved ones because of the COVID, and that's a sad thing. Um, and so, I just hope next year is going to be a better year. We can only hope, anyway.
Yeah. I've been battling with that. I don't know if you knew that or not, but Teresa and I both have been quarantined for the past 10 days, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
we were both tested positive.
Hmm.
I'm getting better day by day. I feel so much better today than I did yesterday. And I had a long interview with Patty Joe, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it because I made the video the day before of cast iron pinto beans or whatever.
Yeah, I
And
saw
man,
that.
I was just laboring to talk just to even to get that out.
Oh,
But it's a weird disease, weird virus. I mean, it'll hit you when you least expect it. The fatigue is unbelievable. The fever, not everybody has fever. Teresa hasn't had fever at all.
hmm.
And I've run fever every day.
Well, do you kind of know where you may have got it? I mean, some of your
Oh,
activities that may have caused you to get it.
oh, I know exactly where I got it. I got it from a coworker,
Oh, you okay?
and it's spread throughout our company. I mean, there's 4 or 5 of us now that's positive, and our wives,
Yeah. See, Brenda and I,
unfortunately.
we never go outside hardly at all. I go to the grocery store when my care worker visits. And so hopefully, I mean, we've never been tested, but hopefully my wife and I don't, are, hopefully we're going to evade it
Yeah,
because we don't go out. We don't, other than the caregiver coming, and she wears her mask all the time she's here. So, um, you know,
yeah, it's for real, and I'll be glad when it's gone. I'll be glad when it's gone.
yeah. And we'll look back on this just like the 9/11. You know how bad that was. Do you remember
Yeah.
where you were at and what you were
Oh
doing
yeah.
when that happened? But I
Yeah.
don't want to get into a long thing there. But I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
we've had some big things, big hurdles. I mean, if we look over the past 20 years, we've had a lot of stuff. And this is just another thing. It's just another hurdle. I mean, I'm not
Mhm.
minimizing it by any means,
Right.
but it just does show the resilience of the human race. It really does.
Thank you, Robert. We appreciate it. He says, "Great to hear, Mike. Keep getting better." Thoughts for
Oh,
Teresa.
Crows
Yeah.
Outdoors.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with your channel, but thank you so much, and I will definitely check out your channel.
Yeah. Robert's a good dude. Teresa's about 4 days behind me, so she's starting to have some symptoms that I had several days ago. So
Hmm.
I
Well,
hope I'm nearly out of the woods. So
have you had to isolate yourself from each other, or do you feel? Is it like with the flu? You know, if both of you have got it, you can still you don't have to isolate yourselves.
yeah,
I don't know.
man, we live in a little small house. It was her great grandpa's house. It's 3 bedroom, 1 bath, so we have to share the same bathroom. And there's just no way you can isolate yourself as a husband and wife from each other like that. I mean, they want you to, but it's just next to impossible to do that.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so that's how she got it from being around me, trying to take care of me and make sure I had everything I needed. And then she turned around and got it.
Ah, bless her heart. Well,
So, but anyway, hey, let's get back to a few little technical questions here. We talked a little bit about what do you record your videos with. You mentioned that to us, and you talked about how you edit your videos. Do you have an external microphone that you use when you're recording or anything?
yes, I do. I actually have a. It's a wireless. Um, well, I mean, it's got wires, but it doesn't connect to my camera. It works with a. Uh, it's a lapel mic,
Hmm.
but it is a wireless mic. It does have a wire from my ear to the transceiver or whatever you want to call it, and
Right.
then the other part plugs into my camera. So I really like that because the first one I had a wire going from my camera all the way to me, and it was, oh man, it was
Yeah,
always real
trip over it
aggravating.
and pull everything over it.
Yeah, this way I can move around. I don't have to worry about it, and it's been working real well. I don't remember what the name of it is or where I bought it, but I ordered it on Amazon. But it's been pretty good so far.
Oh, good. Good deal. Do you have a favorite piece of equipment, video equipment that you like? Is it the camera or what do you have that's
Yeah, my camera, my camera, and I really love the video editing software that I have.
yeah. What'd you say that was again? I'm sorry.
It was a Cyberlink. Cyberlink makes it. It's Power Director 16, I believe, is what I have, and it does everything I want it to do. I don't. I'll tell you one thing. When I first started out, I thought, oh, I could have these fancy transitions and all this stuff and everything. But I'm coming to find out that actually less is better.
Mhm.
Really, I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, it's nice all these transitions and everything, but I found out that a lot of people aren't really interested in all that.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't really pay much attention to that. They just they like the oh, Oscar, my German Shepherd's here. Say hey, Oscar.
Hey, Oscar, how are you, buddy?
He's my buddy. He's my buddy. But it's just when you're thinking of it from the perspective of the creator, as a creator. Yeah, that's what I really like about it. But I don't know. I probably don't use it near to the potential, that I could.
Right. Yeah. Do you play any music in your videos or no?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I like a little background music, but sometimes I like to break it up with silence and just hear me talking, because people kind of get tired of it, and you got to make sure that the music's the right volume.
Right.
It's called audio ducking, where you in the program I use,
Right.
and what audio ducking is, it picks up the decibels or whatever of your voice and adjusts the music according to that.
Right.
So,
If
yeah,
there's a pause when you're not talking, it raises the
yeah.
music up. Right.
But you
Yeah.
got to be careful with that because sometimes it goes up and down and up and down. That can be a little bit obnoxious.
Yeah. Well, do you think having music helps you or hurts you?
I don't know. I don't really know. I When I think of my own experiences and I watch others' videos, I am kind of impressed with some of the transitions
Yeah,
and the stuff. But it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, well, that guy, the feature man, he doesn't use any transitions or music, and I like his videos.
yeah,
So it just, I guess, depends on the person. It may
yeah,
have helped somewhat, but I
yeah.
wouldn't say
Yeah, I watch some old rustic type channels sometimes. Guys that are outdoors, and they're cooking on
Yeah,
fire pit.
yeah,
They got cast iron or whatever. And I mean, they may have a 35, 40 minute video and hardly ever say very much. They talk a little bit, but
yeah.
they sit there and cook. And you watch the fire and it's smoking,
Yeah,
and
it's
you know,
the ambience, it's the sounds, it's the
yeah,
ASMR,
yeah,
that people like the sounds of a fire crackling, a steak sizzling in the frying pan. A lot of times, hey, that's music in itself.
yeah.
you know?
That's right.
Yeah,
Bacon
definitely.
frying, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. But I can sit and watch them videos, and I do. I find myself, 25 or 30 minutes into a video, and I'm thinking, wow, I just sit and watch this guy. He's out in the middle of nowhere, cooking on a fire pit,
yeah.
and he didn't say 15 or 20 words.
I know. And I've kind of gotten into watching these videos about living in the van or living in your vehicle. Uh, I don't know, for some reason I just got kind of caught up in that or something, but that's been pretty neat. A lot of times,
Yeah,
you'll see them go through their daily routine and they won't have any music. You just hear the sounds of just what's in the background, you know?
yeah. It's kind of how I feel, the mood, I guess, and what type of video.
Yeah.
Some of them I'll play a little bit of background music in there, and some of them I don't. It's just,
Yeah. Oh, sure. I'm sure music does help. I mean, a lot of people will probably watch a video and not even pay any attention if there's any music in the background,
yeah,
until you call it to their attention. you
yeah.
know.
Well, what video did you have the most fun making?
Mm. Oh, that one where I got cracked up at the beginning of it, that cooking that ribeye steak in the cast iron pan, yeah, with the thyme and the rosemary, yeah. I got to laughing about that for a long time. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
What was your most difficult to create?
Oh, let's see. Well, I had one that was kind of aggravating. It's my first time making pizza crust dough,
Yeah,
so that I could make a homemade pizza. And I had to break it into two videos. And the dough part, I just couldn't get the hang of that, and it was kind of aggravating when I videoed it because I had flour all over my camera and everything. Yeah, I mean, it was like, so I guess that I would have to say that one was my most difficult one.
yeah. Well, listen, would you rather cook in the house, cook at home, or order in from a restaurant?
Oh, I mean, that's a no-brainer. I'd rather cook myself.
Yeah,
But there are times when I'm tired and I just want to, I just rather order out. But hey, ain't no way they can cook a cheeseburger as good as I can. I mean, I can get a cheeseburger out, but I make the best cheeseburger, and and you do too.
yeah, yeah. That's the best.
Ain't
Can't
nothing
beat
like
it.
a homemade cheeseburger at home on the Blackstone
Exactly.
griddle or in a cast iron skillet. You
Yeah,
know, yeah,
yeah.
I'd rather cook myself.
What's your favorite food?
Oh Lord, that's hard to say because I love to eat.
Yeah,
But I guess I can really put down some hot dogs. I like hot dogs and cheeseburgers, things like that. I like finger foods.
yeah.
Things that you don't have to use a utensil, things you can pick up and eat with your hands. You know.
Okay. All right. Well, then that brings me to another question. So, if you had a choice, which one would it be, hamburgers or hot dogs?
Oh gosh. Well, I'll tell you what. You mean if I had to choose what food and that's all I could eat? Oh, between hamburgers and hot dogs, I guess it would have to be hamburgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old bacon cheeseburger. Yeah, with lettuce, tomato, mayo. Yeah, and some
You're
beetroot patty.
beetroot patty, Joe. So now, are you a mayo kind of guy, or are you a mustard
Yeah,
and ketchup
no,
guy?
Well, it depends on what I'm eating. Now, I gotta have mayo on my bacon cheeseburger. Man, I'm getting hungry here.
Yeah,
But now one thing, if I'm eating a hot dog, I gotta have mustard. I can't put ketchup
absolutely.
on it or mayo. I
Yeah,
mean, now some people love ketchup on the hot dog.
yeah.
I can't do that. You know.
I seen that Chicago dog video you made.
Oh man, I tell you what, I got that from Mike at the Dude's Kitchen and Grill,
Yeah,
and he made me so hungry doing that. I actually went online and, one of the things that he mentioned, or that what I did was did a little research on it, and the Vienna company is really what made that thing famous.
right.
Now it's pretty pricey, but it's worth it. I'm telling you. You can order a kit on Amazon that will give you everything to make the Chicago style hot dog. Yeah, you need to try that, Mike. I mean, that
Wow.
would be good. And I guess you could fry those hot dogs in the cast iron pan. It'd be just as good as boiling them or steaming them. I steamed mine, but when you're on the street and you got those vendor carts, they got them in hot water, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Well, that was one of the perks, of running coast to coast years ago. That when I'd get up to Chicago, I'd get an opportunity to eat. I tried to eat according to territory a lot of times.
there
If I
you
was
go.
in Louisiana, I wanted Cajun food. If I was
Yeah.
out on the East Coast, I'd want either Italian or Greek or seafood or something like that. But
Hmm.
get out west and have it Southwest food, Mexican food, and different things.
Oh
And
yeah.
Chicago, you had to have a deep dish pizza and a Chicago dog. But
Yeah. And so who's famous? What is that? Coney Island for their chili dogs
yeah,
in New York.
yeah, yeah, and
But I
clam
just,
chowder.
yeah,
That
I
chowder.
can't eat seafood. I'm allergic to shellfish. But
Really?
yeah, I haven't always been allergic to it, so I did enjoy it when I could. But yeah, somewhere along the line, I just decided my body decided it couldn't tolerate it anymore. But I still have a taste for it. But yeah, clam chowder, good old clam chowder, and fried clams, man. My mom and
Yeah.
dad used to take us this little hole in the wall place when we lived up in Massachusetts, and I don't even remember the name of it. We'd go every Tuesday night, or I can't remember what night it was, but it was one night we'd go up there and get fried clams, and I remember eating those things, and it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that kind of stuff.
Well, Mike, you talked about you started on a keto. How are you doing right now? I mean, are you still doing keto, kind of, or are you?
No, not
Yeah,
really. I mean,
because
but
I've done it. I've done it before myself, and it did work, but it's not. I couldn't stay on it, you know.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I lost quite a bit of weight. I've gained some of it back,
yeah,
but I'm still down from where I was at when I had the health issue. And
yeah,
but no, I just love to cook. I love to eat.
I know it's so hard. See, I'm a type 2 diabetic. I've been trying to manage that for gosh about 10 years, I guess, and
Mm,
I'm doing okay. But yeah, the thing about it is when you got a cooking channel,
yeah.
you got like to eat what you cook, and
Well, that's the same way with Teresa. She's type 2 diabetic also.
mhm,
And so, it's a battle all the time for us to what we're eating.
yeah. And the thing about it is, well, I've also I had I have other issues too. Not too bad. I had a valve replacement about 4 years ago. Aortic valve had to be replaced, but
Mm,
I'm not having any problem with that right now. I feel better than I have in a long time. But of course, it's once you have a procedure like that, then you got heart problems,
right.
and so that's why I can't risk getting COVID at
Yeah.
all because
Yeah.
of that. But yeah, and so I still try to watch my fats. I do like whole plant based eating, but I have a hard time staying with any of that because I just so basically what I just try to do is just eat plenty of vegetables, limit my fats what I can. Try not to eat junk foods like potato chips, which I love so much. When I'm sitting there drinking a beer or something, or drinking some whiskey or whatever, I want to munch on junk food. I want to munch on potato chips and stuff. So I've had to kind of curb my drinking too, so that I don't do that.
That was one of my other questions too. Is what's your favorite junk food?
My junk food, I love salty stuff, potato
Yeah.
chips, corn chips. Yeah, man, I just, man, I could eat a whole bag of the family size potato chips. I just, you know, I,
What's your
I,
favorite ice cream?
uh, I like butter pecan.
Yay.
I do. I like a lot of different flavors, but yeah, butter pecan stands out. That was my wife's favorite too. And her and I used to go up to Boone and stop by the ice cream fudge place and get us a butter pecan uh, ice cream cone.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite topping on ice cream?
Oh, there's another little story behind that. When I was a kid, we used to go to this place up north called Friendly's. I don't know if you ever heard of
Yes.
Friendly's.
Hmm.
Okay, they serve a lot of good food too, but they serve ice cream. We'd go in there and I'd get a hot fudge sundae. They'd pour a bunch of real hot fudge at the bottom of the container, and then they'd plop big old vanilla ice cream on top,
Hmm.
if I remember it, and maybe a little bit of chocolate syrup or something on the top, and then whipped topping and walnuts and a cherry. Yeah, it brings back memories. So I guess that would be my topping right there. Yeah, hot fudge sundae. Whew, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
When we were young and it didn't matter.
Yeah, really. Do you drink coffee?
Yeah, I do. I love coffee in the morning, and well, I love it throughout the day too. But I usually, if I get a hankering for it in the evening, I usually drink decaf in the evening. But yeah, in the morning, I love it. I drink it black or with a little creamer sometimes. Just depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah. I drink mine black and I drink it all day long. I got a cup here with me now.
Yeah. Well, it's nice. It's comforting, especially in the wintertime, something warm to drink. And I don't want to get hooked on the caffeine. I've been through caffeine withdrawal before, and
Yeah.
I didn't like it. So what I do, I drink half the caffeine, half caffeine coffee
Yeah.
in the mornings usually, and then in the evenings I'll drink decaf. And that's not as good as some of the other. I don't know. We used to belong to the Javalia Club where we got this Javalia coffee every month.
Mm.
It was pretty good.
Robert says his favorite ice cream is cold.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be cold. That's for sure.
No doubt. No doubt. So, what do you drink with dinner?
Oh, I usually drink water at
Yeah.
meals. I try to drink water most of the time. Stay
Yeah.
hydrated. Yeah. I will drink a soda pop once in a while. Not very often though, and I usually can't drink the whole thing. I usually buy a 16 ounce, the 16-ounce bottle or the 12-ounce can. I usually drink like just half of it or some. It just depends on, how if I want something carbonated to drink. But most of the time I'll drink water.
Yeah. Well, all right. I've hit you up once on the hamburger and hot dogs. So, and I hit you up for mustard and ketchup. Well, how about pork steaks or beef steak?
Ooh, I'll tell you what. I like a good pork. I like pork.
Yeah.
It's I like beef too, but I don't know something about pork. It's I don't know, kind of like it's in the bacon's in the pork family, and you can't. Everything tastes good with bacon on it. So yeah,
Hey,
I'd
man.
say I'd say a pork steak. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I like it too.
yeah.
French fries or onion rings?
Mmm. I love onion rings, but I like good French fry too. So
Yeah.
a lot of places around here, like if you go like it's like McDonald's, they don't even sell onion rings.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't eat out at those places much anyway. But
Yeah. I
yeah,
don't.
I like good French fry. I like to make my own in the air fryer.
Yeah.
I really do.
I've not ever used one of those yet.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're great. I mean, it's not a must-have thing, but they are. There's a lot of convenience to them. It usually requires very little oil, to cook in those things. I love to do chicken wings in them,
Yeah.
but I think the thing about it is the air fryer, you can close it up and it creates that atmosphere, that heat, kind of like cooking it in the oven. Yeah.
Good to
So,
have Dano in the house
hey,
with us.
hey, Dano, how are you, buddy? Yeah, that Dave DeHoo. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. That cracks me up every time I hear that.
I'll tell you. Somebody asked me one time. they asked me the name of my channel, and I said Dave DaBomb, and they said Dave to who? I said DaBomb. They said Dave to who? And that's how that got started. I don't even remember who it was, but I just thought, that would be funny to kind of have that in the background, my little trademark, Dave to who, and that's what I got on on the back of my T-shirt, Dave to
Mhm.
who.
Yeah. Well, hey, I try to ask this question if I remember to do it, and I kind of stumped Patrick up last night. But what is the one thing that no one knows about you, or that would not ever believe?
Oh gosh, I would not ever believe. Well, I don't know. It depends on. I don't even know what their perception of me is anyway to begin with. Um, so I don't know if you can tell a lot by looking at me. Well, I don't know. It's something that I don't brag about or let a lot of people know. But I am a black belt in Taekwondo and
Wow,
Hapkido. So
really?
looking at me, you probably wouldn't figure that. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a milestone in my life, something on my bucket list that I've always wanted to do that I did do.
yeah,
Yeah, so I guess that would be that probably.
yeah. That's cool.
I enjoyed it.
I,
It
I
was
was I was telling Patrick mine. He had to think about it for a while, but I was telling him mine was I as a child, as a young kid. I taught myself how to ride a unicycle, and I delivered newspapers on a unicycle.
well. I'll be unicycle man. I tried riding one of them man. I was all over the place. That's cool, man.
Wow, I'd never thought you'd be in a black belt, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I just don't look. I don't look like it. Of course, if you saw me about 20 years ago, you probably say, "Yeah, he does." I had a
Yeah,
goatee and all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you want to be when you was a child?
I never gave it much thought. I don't remember thinking that I wanted to be anything. I mean, I know there's that saying, "What do you want to be when you grow up?"
Right.
But I don't know. I just never thought anything about it,
Mhm.
so I
You
can't
have,
really say.
you have any hobbies? I know YouTube certainly, but
Yeah, I like cooking, and just I like working out in the yard. I like landscaping.
yeah,
I enjoy organizing things, like going out in my building and trying to find out how to hang things or organize things,
yeah,
to get them out of the way and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like designing things. I guess that's why I like tool making so much.
yeah.
I like to create things. I'm a creator.
Hmm. What kind of music are you into?
Well, I'll tell you what, I like 80s music, but I like the old 70s rock.
Yeah,
60s, 70s. Yeah, yeah, I like that. I miss the band era. You don't see that much anymore.
yeah,
You see individual artists, which I'm not taking anything away from them, but I miss the band era. There's just no money in being a band anymore, I don't think, uh, from what I've seen. But yeah, Leonard Skinner, Marshall Tucker Band. I mean, all of those
yeah.
Rolling
That's some
Stones.
of my favorites too.
Yeah, that's what I grew up when I was in high school. That's what I remember.
Yeah, yeah. Skinner's my all-time favorite band.
Yep, Free Bird.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, I like a lot of their old stuff, man. I mean, some
yeah.
of the stuff that doesn't get radio play,
Mm.
Mm, great stuff. Marshall Tucker and different ones. Have you ever been to a concert?
Oh yeah, yeah. We had. I went to a Charlie Daniels and a Wet Willie concert.
Wow.
Been to an Eagles concert. Uh, Went to a Brian Adams concert. My wife was the one that wanted me to go to her with him. She liked Brian Adams, and actually, I was really impressed.
Well, I've seen him too, and I was too. I thought, wow, he
Yep.
really put on a show.
Yeah. I mean, he gets down. He gets down there with the crowd. He's
Yeah,
not afraid to touch, to get down under the crowd, and that's kind of a dangerous thing to do when you're a star
yeah,
like that. But I was impressed by that.
yeah, yeah. That's cool. Um, well, how about movies? You have a favorite movie that you just like to watch over and over?
Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you what. I've seen a lot of good movies over the years, and I'm not really big on Christmas movies, but there's one that cracks me up every time I watch it. And It's Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. I could watch that any time of the year, and I would crack up.
Yeah.
And there's another one that I really liked. It's an old one with Sidney Poitier called A Patch of Blue.
Hmm.
I remember watching it when I was real young, and it's a very touching movie. She's a blind girl, and she falls in love with Sidney Poitier, but she's white, and he's black. But it just goes to show that you know it doesn't matter whether you're black or white. I mean, she was blind, and in her world, she
Yeah.
went by what she heard and what she saw, and he was tender and caring to her, and
Yeah.
that's what she fell in love with. I just thought that was a great movie. I remember
Yeah.
watching it when I was a kid. So yeah, I mean, I like dramas, good dramas. I'm not too much into these over the top things, with all the violence and the explosions and things. I'm just not into that very
Yeah.
much.
Well, I have to ask you about your tender side there. Have you watched a movie that brought a tear to your eye?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Brian's song.
Oh, yeah. That was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, based on a true story about, yeah, James Caan was in it, and yeah, I kind of got choked up. Normally I don't cry at movies, but that one I got choked up.
Yeah. Brian Piccolo.
Brian Piccolo. Yep.
Yeah. That was a great movie. I get, I don't know if I'd tell this or not. Whatever. We're
Hey,
here.
go ahead. What the heck?
Teresa and I watch The Voice, on TV. That's about
Yeah.
all we watch. I don't watch a lot of TV anymore, but man, I get to watching them young kids. They get to singing, and I'll get teared up. She'll look over at me and she says, "Michael, you crying?" I said, "Well, I might be." I just get excited. I just get soft hearted for somebody that does real good. You can tell they're going to, go far or possibly
Yeah.
even win the thing, and I try to figure out which one's going to win, and for the past 4 or 5 years, I've picked the winner. But yeah, that kind of touches my heart, kind of pulls on my heartstrings a little bit.
I used to really be in American Idol a long time ago when they started out. I know what that's like. Yeah.
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 Wow.
Some of them, they really put their heart into it. I mean, you got to give them credit. They really trying.
Yeah. Well, Dave, we bumped over 1 hour. I didn't want to keep you this long. I just
Oh,
got a
that's
couple
okay.
other quick things that I'd like to. And if anybody's in the chat area that has another question for Dave before we wind down, be sure and bring it to my attention, and we'll try to get it answered. But
Oh, Kelly's Kitchen mentioned Black Sabbath. Yeah, man. With Ozzy in his early days, yeah, they were good, man.
yeah, I
Yeah.
never did see Black Sabbath. I've seen
I
so
well, I
many
didn't
other
see him.
bands.
I didn't see him in concert. I wish I had. I'll tell you what, they were they had some good
Yeah,
had some good stuff.
yeah. I've seen so many other bands too, though, but I just never did see them. Uh, do you dance when nobody's around?
Well, hell yeah. I do all kind of obscene undulations and things like that.
You
But
like me? You even dance when people are around, right?
oh, I tell you, that's one thing that helps my wife. We'll listen to old music and dance together, and that really uh, she perks up, and yeah.
Yeah,
But I've always liked to dance, and the '80s kind of that's why the '80s has some nostalgia for me because I was clubbing big time in the '80s.
yeah,
I was divorced. I was in between marriages, and
right.
I was really I love to dance. I really do. I probably look stupid out there now, but I had a good time. Kept the weight off too.
Yeah. Do you sing in the shower?
Well, heck yeah. You know, who doesn't?
Yeah. So you sing when nobody's listening, and you sing when everybody is
Yeah,
listening
yeah, and
too.
then I crack up. I
Huh?
mean,
Karen says, talking about that, she says I cry at everything, even commercials.
oh,
You
she's
know,
in bad shape.
yeah,
I
she's got
hate commercials. I hate them. They make me go crazy. I got to mute the TV every time a commercial comes on. I
yeah.
can't stand them.
Dano says, "What's your favorite outdoor cooker?" And I never got to the technical part of the things on
Oh,
cooking.
Daniel, that would be my Weber Smoky Mountain, and I got a Blackstone griddle too. So I guess between the two, it's a tie. But yeah, yeah, those are the two that I really like. I got rid of my gas grill. Nothing against gas grills, but I found I don't use it. I just
Yeah.
rather have charcoal and wood, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any certain piece of utensil that you just have to have when you're cooking?
Hmm. Well, spatula, I guess.
Yeah.
Good pair of tongs, you
There
know.
you
Oh,
go.
oh, the gloves for
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. Oh, Eric down here, he said he loves the boogie woogie.
All right,
Yeah.
boogie
Like,
woogie.
yeah. So, let me see if I have anything else here. I have one other question that I typically like to ask everybody, but what would you do if you won the lottery?
Oh my gosh, you know, I used to think it would be wonderful to win the lottery, but and I don't know if I'd really do this, but sometimes I think it would be a wise thing to burn the ticket. I mean, it's great to have money, but I don't think I'd be happy if I was rich. I've come to that conclusion now. I'm 64 and I don't think money, well, I know money is not happiness. It would be great to have enough money to be comfortable
Right.
and to know that my medical expenses were paid for and that I could pay for health care for my wife. I mean, someone to take care of my wife. But you know, I don't know. Well, for one thing, I wouldn't buy a lottery ticket anyway. I just don't buy lottery tickets. But yeah, I don't know. I'd probably donate a lot of it, I guess, and just figure what I needed to live the rest of my life on, and just I don't think I'd do anything different. I might buy I'd probably downsize and buy a smaller house or something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think everybody has fantasies about what they do if they won the lottery.
Yeah. Yeah. You do you ever get to take a vacation or anything like that?
Well, no, I don't even. Not really. We not like when you're working and you're off.
Right.
My wife and I have been on many cruises. We've traveled a lot. My wife's been traveled to Europe and stuff by herself. Not by herself, but with a friend from somebody that she went to high school with, and she's been to out west and things like that. But of course, I was working, and I couldn't go. But we've been to Hawaii, we've been to Alaska, so we have done our share of traveling. Thank goodness during the time when we were able to.
Yeah. Hmm.
But
Wow. What was your favorite place, Alaska or Hawaii?
I'll tell you what, I really have an appreciation and a respect for Alaska. I loved Hawaii, but Alaska is just there's so much history to Alaska, and it's such a rugged place, but it's beautiful. So and we went on we did the cruise, so well, and so yeah, I guess my favorite experience of going on a cruise was Alaska.
Never been there.
I never thought I'd ever go, but we did it one time, and I'm glad we had a chance to do all those things. And I guess that's why I think that not to take this day for granted, because when it's gone. Because I mean, I'm not saying to throw all practicality out the window or anything. I mean, you got to plan for things, and you can't just give up and do what you want to do. Sometimes you have the responsibility, and you've got to work to support your family and things. But life is short, and I think if
Yeah.
a person really thought about it and really didn't have a whole lot of responsibility, that they could probably find ways to downscale to where they could enjoy themselves a little bit more. I think less is more now. Trying to tell a young person that now would be kind of a waste of time, probably.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're retired and everything now, but what's your favorite way to spend the day off?
Spend the day. I wake up every morning and my wife smiles at me. That's my
Mhm.
favorite part of the day. She wakes up with a smile every morning,
That's
and
awesome.
we drink coffee, we eat breakfast in the morning, and we just talk and do things, and spend time with my dogs. When the caregiver's here, I'm able to go and take the dogs for a walk and things like that, and do things that I normally wouldn't be able to do by myself with her here. Of course, I'm able to do this right now. I think she's sleeping in there now, so that's comforting to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, just each day that I wake up and I feel good, I'm just so thankful. I used to take a lot of things for granted. Shoot, I used to wake up in the morning if my hair, yeah, I did have hair then. If my hair wasn't right, I wouldn't even leave the house, man.
Yeah.
I mean that's such a stupid little thing, right?
Yeah.
Now, you
Yeah.
know. But hey,
God has a sense of humor about hair.
yes, it does.
You find hair growing in places you didn't know you could even grow hair.
Yeah, I'm really it's interesting how curly your hair is. I mean, my hair was wavy, but it wasn't very curly.
Yeah.
It was straight. Yeah, you got a nice beard too, though.
Yeah. It's
You
natural
grow.
curly hair. I've had this curly
Yeah,
hair all my life, and
yeah,
um, but
yeah.
yeah, this beard is kind of it's
It's warm in the winter.
it's bittersweet because Teresa doesn't like it, and
Ah,
I like a beard, and so I do it sometimes just to aggravate her, a
yeah.
little bit. But,
Well, what about if you trim it and make it a Van Dyke? Maybe she'll compromise a little bit there. Like
well,
Vin.
when she
Like,
and I first met, I had a goatee, and that's
okay.
what she remembers. So but I pretty much all my life I've always grown a beard, and
Yeah,
it
I've
just
had a
so
beard.
happened when we met that I had a goatee, and that's just what she prefers, And when we got married back 2014, I guess it was longer than it is now. You seen Craig on Behind the Garage Barbecue? It
Yeah,
wasn't quite
yeah,
as long as Craig's, but it was close to it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so,
I used to have a beard. I just got where I just well, I shaved my head and everything. I can't stand any hair on my head or around here. I've got to shave. I mean, I might go 4 or 5 days and get a little bit of a shadow, but I got to have it shaved. I
you
can't do the
know,
beard or head thing anymore.
yeah, I got two or three other quick questions out of the chat room. Patrick asked, "Can you elaborate a little bit more about Uncle Milty?"
Oh, my Uncle Milty. Well, my dad's side of the family, they're all Polish Jews. I'm sorry, Russian Jews. They're all Russian Jews. And my family on my dad's side, immigrated over here in 1912. They came via Ellis Island and all that, and they
Yeah,
came from the Balkan states back over there. It's I think Belarus now or whatever. They immigrated over here, and my uncle Milty is one of my uncles. He it was a family of four brothers. My dad was one of them, and then it was Milty, Melvin, George. But Milty was just he liked to cook and he liked to do a lot of things, and he was one of my favorite uncles. In fact, he had two daughters, Amy and Susan. They became very close. My favorite cousins. They're the ones I kind of grew up with. So I hated to see Uncle Milty go because he was such a lonely man whenever his wife passed away, and
yeah.
he never got over it. But he managed to just keep on, And so anytime that I would get to go up there and see him, it was like me and him would click, And we talk about cooking and things, and he was into computers too. So I don't know when my cousin Amy sent me that recipe for oh, the goulash a la Milty. I thought that sounds pretty good. I'll make it. I kind of messed up on one of the recipes. They wanted me to make it originally the way it was handed down in the family to get the real feel of the original taste. And the first recipe I did was Texas hash. I kind of messed up and I added a lot of things to it that I probably shouldn't have. So I went back and I redid it and did it original. But anyway, yeah, my uncle Milty, he was a good guy. He was just a gentle person. Yeah, real good guy. So, oh, Patty asked how old Oscar and Riley are. Patty Oscar is my German Shepherd. He is a year. No, he's about a year and a half. And Riley, my little Boston Terrier, he's probably almost. He's just a month. He's he's a month behind Oscar. So yeah, they're both close to a year and a half.
Little Eric's got to go. Glad you
Okay,
was
Eric.
here with us, little
Yeah.
Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
Take
Appreciate
care,
you
buddy.
joining.
Dano says Dave reminds me to treasure each day, no matter how it goes.
Thank you, Dano. I appreciate that.
It's true.
But I'll tell you what, y'all out there, y'all inspire me too. I mean, if it wasn't for y'all, I don't know if I could have kept it up. It's just this camaraderie that we share as YouTubers because we all share a passion. We all have a passion and we're wanting to share it with other people. So, in the process, when we get to know one another as YouTubers, fellow creators, we don't real. It's special because not all of our subscribers do we get to know. Not
Yeah.
all of our subscribers have YouTube channels. They subscribe to our channel, but they may not have any content. They may
Right.
just enjoy, and I appreciate that too.
Yeah.
But when
Absolutely.
you're yeah, but like here, you've invited me on this show. You're interested in knowing about me, and I appreciate that so much. And I learn a lot about you too. So and then I get to meet some new people here too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
That's a great thing, and the community, man. It's so positive usually. I mean, every
yeah.
once in a while you may get a negative
Oh yeah,
comment or
you
something,
do.
but very rare. You
Now I
know.
think people there that do that, they don't have anything else better to do than to
Yeah.
try to bring somebody down. So you really
You,
can't take that stuff personal.
you know
You
what
know.
gets me and Teresa sometimes? We'll watch someone's video, and then you'll look and somebody give them a thumbs down.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, why? I mean,
Why?
what did they
Yeah.
do? I mean, they didn't do anything. But it's just
Yeah.
the nature of the beast, I guess, and it happens. But
Yeah.
anyway, I don't get it. But well, Dave, listen, we're going to go ahead and wind down. We certainly
Okay.
appreciate you being here with us. You've
Well,
been a
man, I
great
thank you.
sport.
I thank you so much. I've had a great time, Mike. I
Yeah.
really have.
Well, I
And I
got
had a
one
great
other.
time. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was just going to say I've got one other quick thing for you before we wind completely down. If there was one thing that you would like to say to your subscribers or to our audience, do you have anything that you'd like to say to everyone?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for for joining tonight, and because I'm sure y'all had a lot of things you could be doing, other things, and I just I appreciate it. I appreciate all of the support, um, and I guess just be yourself. I guess that's the best thing. That's really all you can ever. That's the best you can be is yourself.
Right.
I think when we try to be something we're not, it's just not right. And people are going to like you, and then there's people that are not going to like you. But you can't have everybody liking you. That's just the way it is. I don't expect everybody's going to like me either. But I
I
mean,
tell my wife that
you
all the
know,
time. I say, some girls don't like guys like me, but some girls do.
yeah, that's right. You gotta look at the people. After a while, you get to see their heart. I mean,
Right.
it's what's in a person's heart. Now we can't read hearts, but if a person is himself, after a while we spend a little time with them and stuff. We can usually see the sincerity, if they're the sincerity or not or whatever, and
Right.
because in today's world, I mean, you never know who in the world you're dealing with. There's a lot of crazy people out there that can
Yeah, that's
really
true.
fool you.
That is true.
So you got to keep your guard up, but not too high. You've got to trust somebody. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't know if I answered
And
that question good enough, but
absolutely. And you've been a great sport, Dave. We've really got to know you a little better, and we certainly we cherish the thought of calling you friend.
I
And
appreciate that. Oh, and
just
remember, y'all, hit that like button. I just
yeah,
saw somebody say Kelly's Kitchen. Make sure
yeah,
yeah, make sure because a lot of times they mean to, but like me, I forgot to do that before. Yeah,
yeah. Be
hit that
sure and
like
like
button
the. And if you've not subscribed to Dave's channel, be sure and get over and check Dave out, and
or just check my
watch
stuff out if
watch
you
his
like it.
videos.
If you like it, subscribe. If you
Yeah,
want to,
yeah.
that's great. I hope you like it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, hey, you guys, next week we're going to have Steve from Dutchie's Cooking on next Saturday
Oh
night.
yeah, I
So,
know him.
yeah, he does some cast iron cooking. And then I've got
Yeah.
Miranda on Sunday night. Miranda with what's it called? I forget now. A spoonful of magic bacon. I forgot her channel name
Mm,
there for a minute. But anyway, we appreciate you guys. Hey,
yeah.
like I said, get over and check Dave's channel out. If you've not checked mine out or subscribed, we'd love to have you do so. We appreciate you guys being here with us. You guys are great and you make it happen. You're the ones that makes it all possible. So for me and Dave, we're going to say good night to everybody.
And remember, don't take this day for granted, folks, because when it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. Peace
Peace out.
out.